Jackson, I'm live. You can turn the music off.
We live.
What's up, Soul Squad? Whew. Y'all, I keep trying to let my bra keep trying to show. I don't like that. My straps are showing. What's up, Soul Squad? 5 people, 1 thumbs up. Come on, 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 come on. All right, y'all, I am sorry I'm late. I'm beyond late. I'm trying to let everybody get in here. I've been out my house since 10:30, y'all. 10:30 this morning. 10:30. If y'all seen my sister vlog, so y'all know where I was at, right? We just left the car dealership around 7:30, 7:35, something like that. I literally just got home. Pull off the car lot, go to her house, take the other car, drive me back home, get in the house, sit set up. Excuse me. This is gonna be a quick but straight on point review because I gotta feed my mama. She's hungry. She's ready to eat. I've been gone all day. Hey, beautiful chapter 20. But that's another story. If y'all want to go check out a new life journey, congratulations to her. Again, buying a car, Cakes by TJ. Hey, y'all, I know it takes from 10:30 in the morning to 7:45 at night. Hey, Miss Scott. I was like, I asked these 7 o'clock. I said, I 7 o'clock. I said, I gotta do more review. I need to be out this car dealership by 6:30. And lady was telling my sister, well, how long can your sister stay here? I say, I can stay to 6:30. I need to be leaving. 6:30 came to come, we are still there. I said, oh my God, I said my movie review. I said, I'm so late. But I was happy to help my sister out. She vlogged a little bit early this morning while we was at the car dealership. And again, yeah, from 10:15, 10:30 to 7:45 at night, to 7:45 at night, buying a freaking car. Who knows takes that long to buy a car? Yes, all day long to buy a freaking car. You sitting there. Hey, Elder, hey, Veronica. So, y'all, that's why I'm late. Other than that, I would have been here, Angie. Yeah. You haven't watched it yet. Come on, Angie. We had time. We started last week. I don't know. I don't know why it takes so long, Miss Cooper, to buy one. That thing is crazy. That T-Tuck said that's how long she was there. But yes, and then not only that, the uncomfortable chairs. Y'all know I'm a big girl. They got chairs with arms in it. So, uncomfortable chairs. I'm tossing back and forth. And then we went to go eat lunch at KFC. Then you got to eat lunch because you're there all day. I went to sleep in the car about for 2 hours. I was in her old car. I was in the back seat with my legs up, the chair up. I think I was in the car sleep at least 2.5 hours. I was knocked the heck out. Then I finally get back out the car because I had to go to the bathroom. I had my shoes off and everything. Went back in there and set the other 4.5 5 hours with her inside. I had set the first 3 hours in there because I didn't go to the car till about 3 until about 2 o'clock. I went to the car and I stayed in the car till about 4. And then we needed to play till like 7:45 and I'm just getting home. Man, I don't know if I want to buy a car. I told my sister, I thought I'd buy my car online, had them deliver that stuff to you, honey. But y'all, that's her thing. I'm proud of her. She has a brand new car. She's the first owner, only 34 miles on it. So yeah, so whatever miles she rack up on this car, it's gonna be all her. It's pretty, but she's gonna do a car tour. She's gonna let y'all see it. And after we get off here, hey Trinice, hey Elder Boo, when we get off here, y'all go check out her vlog. She got a vlog up from earlier today when we first got the car dealership. Okay, y'all, let's talk. I ain't trying to rush through, but I got some stuff to tell y'all about. And so I got to do some stuff with my mama because I've been gone all day. Yes, I know T.Y. because I saw when your car got delivered. I better wait that process out at home and let them bring it to you. I know. That's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to be in Atlanta. So when I buy my car, it's going to be a Georgia car. You know? Okay, so Ruby, I apologize to all the Soul Squad members who have not had a chance to watch it. I would say this is on time. Spoiler alert, because just let me say that BS B BC Andrews, she did her thing. She did her thing. Okay, with that. Oh, she's fine. She hungry. I've been gone all day. So, but she said she all right. So I'm trying to get through this movie review so that I could get off here and take care of her needs because I literally been gone since 10:30 this morning. You know, Jax, let me see the remote control. So, guys, we're talking about BC Andrews Ruby. It started last week. Hey, brother. It started last week with Ruby, and then it went from Ruby to because it's four books, it's four names. Let me get the I told y'all I'm unorganized right now, y'all. I don't have no notes. I don't have nothing. Jack, let me see the smoke control. I had to really just get things together and try to remember stuff, and just like we're gonna be winging this stuff on top of my head. But we kind of like dipped into the first episode last week, the first movie last week, when we talk about how Ruby came about, how she found out that she had a twin sister. We talked about last week how she went and found her father, her biological father. We talked about how her previous boyfriend was her half brother. And I'm gonna find out, I discovered something new looking at the last chapter because it came on Saturday and Sunday to conclude the whole series. It was a four movie, four book series that happened Saturday and Sunday. This week past and Saturday, Sunday the prior week. So it was a long series, and it started with Ruby, then it started with Pearl. In the mist. Then it went from Pearl in the mist to the last one was called Hidden Jewels. That was the last one that came on. And then let me get the other name. But we gonna go through them, y'all. We gonna go through them. I thought it was great. I loved everything about it. I loved everything about these movies. They were just so on point. So the first one we got introduced to Ruby, and Ruby had a twin when her grandmere died. Cause I in New Orleans apparently they call grandparents grandmas grandmares, and where she was from the Bayou, I couldn't find all that glitter. Well, all what glitters? Um, when she was in the bayou, they called their grandmas grandmeres. And so yeah, and that was new and interesting for me. So we found out in the beginning who Ruby was, found out who her father was, and she went once her grandmere died, and then her grandfather tried to sell her, and she got away from her grandfather trying to sell her off. Oh, Keita, baby, ain't that baby got you sleeping, honey? I know that's right. In the first couple of trimesters, that's all you gonna do. Been there, done that. Yes, B. This is a collection. It's four books, and it's four books, and Lifetime brought all four of the books to life. It was a 2 weekend premiere. Tanya did something. T-Tuck. What? Tanya did something. T-Tuck. What T-Tuck said? I know T-Tuck said she didn't see it. But this is spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I be telling y'all about the movie reviews. If you gotta get these movies in. So we got into because we talked about the first episode of Ruby last week. Again, we got to know who she was, where she came from. We got to know the challenges that she had. When she went to go meet her father and all the things her stepmother. So we're gonna recap the first book. In the first movie, how she went and met her father. Her sister was a, y'all know her sister. Her sister did not was not down and cool. Her sister was not. Oh, we talking, Tanya. Mind your business. Well, excuse me, Antoine. Excuse me. Well, I'm not reading you on TikTok comments some more. Yeah, y'all talk. So, we talked about last week. However, we found who her father was when she showed up at the house. Her stepmother wasn't feeling her. Her sister wasn't. Giselle. Her sister's name was Giselle. Her sister wasn't feeling her. She ended up going with her sister's boyfriend. We talked about how we didn't like that. Then we talked about how her boyfriend from the bayou ended up being her half brother because him and her had the same mother but different fathers. Y'all, that was just like, ugh. And so she tried to end that relationship with him because once she found out who he was, yeah, they did Flowers in the Attic in Heaven. Yes, VC Andrew's first book is series is Flowers in the Attic, but this is different from Ruby. This is not connected to Ruby. That's a whole different story because that got two books. We can't even talk about that. We got the Flowers in the Attic, then you got the conclusion of Flowers in the Attic. It's called Heaven, and that takes you to a whole different level. Y'all got to see that too. That's a movie too. The conclusion of Flowers in the Attic. I bet a lot of people ain't know Heaven has something to do with Flowers in the Attic, Flowers in the Attic, but it does. It's a conclusion of everybody grown up and had kids and all that stuff. But we're not here to talk about that. We here to talk about our girl Ruby. Okay, so I ain't cooked nothing. Stop me. Did you not hear me, girl? I've been out the house since 10:15 this morning. Just got back in here at about 8:15. Yes, left the car dealership at 7:45. Was rush got the rush then got to come in. They got to do something for my mother. Yeah, Margaret Jackson. That book is classic for VC Andrews. I never heard it. I gotta do that. So no, baby star. I haven't cooked anything today. Haven't done anything, cooked anything or nothing. I've been through a long process with my sister, but it's all good. Gotta do what you gotta do for family. And so, Ruby was interesting. Uh, what's coming on this Saturday? I have to find out. I let y'all know by Wednesday because I didn't see what's coming on this Saturday. But I know something interesting coming on Sunday. It's called for the color of family, and that's gonna be good on Sunday at 8 o'clock on yeah, oh, that's right. Mahalia Jackson coming on. It's gonna be April the 3rd, right? Is this Saturday, April the 3rd? Yeah, so yeah, Mahalia Jackson coming on. So we gotta look at that because we gotta do a review on that. And then on Sunday at 8 o'clock for the color of family, and that's about an interracial couple and having interracial children and stuff. That look really really soon. What that say? Um, and so yeah, so I'm ready for that. But like I said, Ruby was a good watch. She got into this rich family. Found out everybody was rich. Everything was about appearances and the way things look, and it was all about what other people thought of you and how people thought about you. It was all about family secrets and lies and bye everyone, hugs and cheers. Bye, Miss Boo, bye. And it was all about family secrets and lies and cover ups and it's incest. I could not get down with the incest part. That's the only part I could not get down with the whole incest and jealousy. It was just a little bit of everything that indulge us when it comes to looking at a novel and bringing a good novel to life. And the acting was pretty good in it. It brought you in. It pulled you in. So then we had part two, and this was Pearl in the Mist. Now, part two, Pearl in the Mist, is all about Ruby and her sister Giselle. Thank you, Lee Diamonds. Going to boarding school together because in Ruby, the first one, Ruby went to a voodoo lady to get her sister to stop messing with her, always picking on her. She felt like her sister didn't like her. She didn't understand why. So she just wanted her sister to stop messing with her. But the voodoo lady told her that, if something good happened, then you thank yourself. But if something bad happened, you blame yourself. And so basically, by her putting that curse on her sister, when you put a curse on somebody, you know, if you into all that stuff like they are in the bayou through this movie and this book, you never know which way it's going to happen. You don't know whether or not it's going to turn out good or bad. So don't be out here putting voodoo curses on nobody, because voodoo curses, it can end up either way, either or. And in her case, she just wanted her sister to stop messing with her, stop, teasing her, stop bullying her, because she really wanted to be sisters with her. But when she put that curse on her, it changed. That curse made her sister have a car accident, made her sister new boyfriend get killed in the car accident. So, Ruby told her the truth, said, I put a curse on you. I just wanted you to stop messing with me and stop bullying me. I really wanted to be a sister. Her sister didn't like her for that. So her sister even messed with her even more. And Ruby was so nice, so gullible, so naive. I was like, why did you tell her? Because two things for sure, one thing for certain, it could have just been an accident. Who said that that curse was the reason why she was in that car accident? She ended up paralyzed. So she ended up paralyzed. So that's how book one ended. Ruby being introduced to the family. She found out that her stepmother is a bitch. She found out that her sister is a bitch. And she was just, it was this family filled with lies and secrets and jealousy. So she had to adapt to all of that, her new surroundings. She's from the bayou, country girl, the wrong side of the track. She had no idea how all this stuff worked, and people don't think the way she think. You thinking on a different level of honesty and truth and genuine. These are the people, they thinking on levels of jealousy, revenge, get back, family secrets and stuff like that. So they mind frame and way of thought and was thinking was totally, totally different. And she had to quickly learn to adapt to realize that people ain't all what she thought they were. You know what I'm saying? She had to realize there are mean people in this world, and guess what? They're in your family. The people that you call family. You know what I'm saying? Let me know if y'all following along with me, okay? Am I moving too fast? This is what we got out of book one, Ruby. This is what we got out of book one, Ruby. That she had to find out who her family was, and she had to deal with the fact that her stepmom didn't like her sister didn't like her, but her dad loved her to death. He didn't know she existed. The mother kept that away from him, so he didn't even know she existed. So he was happy when she came into their life. She was happy when she was very he was very happy when she came into his life. He embraced her. He gave her whatever she wanted. He was there for her. Okay, so in the movie Ruby part one, it ended with Giselle being in the wheelchair. It ended with the father sending the girls off to private school. And it ended with Ruby going with Giselle so that she could help her, even though Giselle didn't need the help, but her father said didn't want the help. Her father said she's gonna need it. All right, so that's how the first movie ended. With them was Giselle in the wheelchair, the father sent them off to boarding school, and we pick up that in Pearl in the Mist. That's book two. That came on that Sunday. And what book two was just about them being in boarding school, the sister in the wheelchair being a bigger bitch than what she is. The wheelchair did not change her. If anything, it made her more hateful. It made her more resentful against people. It just made her more nasty. You know what I'm saying? It didn't humble her. Her situation of her losing her legs, not be able to walk, it did not humble her at all. It did not change her attitude, her perspective of life, the way she treated people. She was still that big, okay? She was still just that one person that every time you see her, you just want to slap her. She always had something smart to say. She was nasty towards people. She had her head up in the air. She was a hot mess. Yes, she was. Giselle was a hot mess. She had her head up in the air, thought she was better than everybody. She was just a hot mess. So I'm gonna say that Pearl in the midst, it was good. It followed them in school. It followed the annex of Giselle, how she was still getting on people's nerves, still messing with people. It did follow Ruby encouraging a blind young man, young. I'm about to tell y'all something in this movie. The people who own the school or who finance the school or who the school is after, that the school, they send girls over there to talk to the lady and all that stuff. Ruby and a couple of girls was picked to go over to to go over, what's what they call when people do contributions to schools and stuff. That's like their benefactor. She was like a benefactor of the school. She gave the school money, and I think the old lady sat on the board of the trustees of the school. So the school was always kissing up to her, whatever she want that she could the school gonna kiss up to whatever she need or whatever like that. And so she had a grandson, and she was a big factor of the school. That her family was rich. They lived close near the school. They sat on the trustees of the board. I think they had something to do with the founding of the school and everything. And so girls get to go over there, and they get to have lunch with her, and she get to talk to them about the things that they like and their careers, and just being your automata where you came from. You had to be a certain prestige to go to this school or come from a certain type of family to get into the school. And so right off, the head mistress did not like Ruby, but she didn't like Ruby because of the lies that Ruby's stepmother called and told her that she was promiscuous, told that just every where she from the bayou, the wrong side of the trash, and her stepmother called and put all this stuff in the head mistress ear. So from day one, the head mistress was out to get Ruby. She did not like Ruby. She didn't think Ruby belongs there. Didn't see Ruby as one of her kind. Okay, but Ruby got picked along with her sister and several other girls to go over to the benefactor house, whose wasn't that far from the school. And while she was there, she ended up meeting the benefactor grandson, who was blind. He was blind, and she ended up meeting him. Anybody meet Ruby, they really start liking her because she's a kind soul. She was kind hearted. You could see through that when you was with her. So she was a very kind hearted person. So anybody who met her just pretty much fell in love with her personality and who she was. And so she met the grandson. He was kind of standoffish, at the beginning and stuff and everything. And he had an attitude. He had an attitude because he had a quick temper because of his situation and everything. But Ruby befriended him. But let me tell y'all something about this friendship that we learned. Okay, this friendship, did anybody find this weird? When the second time he called Ruby back and she told him, if you keep catching an attitude with me, I'm not going to come back. Basically, she told him he need to check herself, okay? She told him he need to check himself or I won't ever come back again. And so he apologized. So he wanted to show Ruby. So he was telling Ruby about the view from his room, how he had a good view. From his room, he could see like the like the tennis court and stuff like that, right, y'all? He takes Ruby upstairs. She said, "Oh, can I see the view?" Oh, it's 4 parts, girl. It's 4 parts. I'm on the second part. Okay, he takes Ruby upstairs to his room to see the view from the room. I knew something was going to happen, right? He wanted to talk about his mother and everything. And they laid down in the bed side by side. Okay, they're gonna lay down in the bed side by side. Okay, first of all, let me tell you about the rumor on how he became blind and the reason why apparently he was supposed to be blind because he was shocked into blindness. Something that he seen shocked him because he seen his father strangle and kill the mother. The father strangled and killed the mother because the mother was having an affair. She wasn't having an affair with a grown man. Apparently, the mother was having an affair with another young boy. I'm about somebody like 14, 15 years old. And the father caught her with him. And the father strangled the mother. And that was the rumor that the father killed the mother because the mother was having an affair. But no one knew that the bed was with a young boy. It was with a young boy. But guess why she was having an affair with a young boy? She was touching her son. Yes, she was. Let me tell you how this went. When that's when he went blind because he was shocked. He went into shock. It was a mental thing. The doctors and everything said his eyes was good. There's no reason for him to be blind. But the mental the thought of seeing his father kill his mother, it shocked him. It's so much things that make us have do to happen to us, and it shocked him. So it was all mental on why he lost his eyesight, right? So him and Ruby laying in the bed. So Ruby, he said, told Ruby, can I tell you the truth or whatever? And so they lay in the bed. So he telling Ruby how his mother and him used to lay in the bed together. I say, okay, I get that. I be looking at TV. One of my sons will come lay in bed with me to my mom, what you watching? I be like, oh, I'm watching this or that. And they'll lay there for a minute, watch TV with me. Then they roll out. Okay, you can lay in the bed with your child. Mm-mm. Not what he described. He described the Ruby and tried to really take her through it. Had Ruby, he touched Ruby breast, and my mother let me touch her right here. And then he said, and then she'll take her hand and she'll touch me and rub right here on his private part. Okay? That what was going on. Then the father caught the mother and the son together. She was touching and feeling on her son. And he was mad at the father because he liked that his mother was touching and feeling on him. So he was upset with his father because that made his mother get another boy. And that he was telling the real story. Yeah, it was the story that the father did kill the mother, but it wasn't over no grown man. It was over that she was having an affair with a younger boy. The son was mad at the father because the father took away his privileges with his mother. He missed that him and his mother was curling up. His mother was touching him in those private areas, and he was touching the mother in the private areas and everything, y'all. He was like, wow. And so that's why he wasn't even really mad, that the father killed the mother. He was mad because the father caught them. And I guess the father must have threatened the mother or whatever. So that made her go get another young boy. And he couldn't have his mother no more. And Ruby was like, but she ought to know. Shit, what's she shocking for? We got all types of incest in it, y'all. I'm saying, because Ruby, you mess around with your brother. So what the hell? So that's why she was like, oh, I understand and all that shit. I was like, I had my mouth open, y'all. I was like, wow. And so we learned that about the blind boy, right, y'all? And then they try to expel my girl Ruby from school. Nobody said, see, that's just why I don't watch these movies. And then I'm still on book 2, Pearl in the Mist, this whole school thing and everything. And then they try to expel my girl from school because the handyman and her and Ruby started becoming friends and stuff. And the sister really wanted to get about that school. And so the sister started having sex with the handyman, the gardener. But the gardener thought he was having sex with Ruby. He really became fond of Ruby. And then this old teacher thought she saw Ruby and the gardener, but it wasn't Ruby and the gardener. It was Ruby and Giselle, Ruby's sister, pretending to be Ruby so they could get expelled out of school. And so the gardener wrote a whole list saying that they did these things because he really thought he was with Ruby the whole time he was with his twin sister. The teacher really thought she saw Ruby the whole time it was a twin sister. But Ruby didn't get expelled because what the sister didn't know, Ruby had the alibi because she, at the time when all the sexual thing supposed to been going on, she was over there learning some shit about that other boy at that boy's house at the time when all this stuff was going on. And so the boy had to come and verify that she wasn't even on campus. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't even on campus, so you couldn't have seen her. It wasn't her you seen. She was at my house. Man, That thing was so good, and the lady ain't want to hear from him because she was like, well, how you know what time it is? You blind. And so he read the time that was inside the auditorium, and she was like, he was like, I'm getting my vision back. But the whole time when they first walked in, the art teacher whispered the time in his ear so he could say what time it was on the wall. They could know. But Ruby really wasn't there. It really wasn't Ruby. It was her sister. So they got out of it. She got out there. She didn't get a spell. But guess what my girl ended up getting a spell for? She got pregnant by Bo. Now, Bo is her sister's old flame that she took when she came in part one. Ruby stopped going for her sister's man. But Bo ain't mean nothing to her sister. But you know, in real life, we don't go or sleep with nobody that our friend, our cousin, our mother, anybody had. We don't go behind family. You know what I'm saying? Just me personally, I ain't going behind family. If my sister got a man, I'm not my sister break up with them or put him to the side, and I'm not going behind my sister and shock up with my sister's man or even attempt to take my sister, cousin, friend, or somebody's man. I don't go behind people like that. But in these books, they go behind people. They do incest. They do everything. They just such as be juicy, have your lips hanging your mouth. You just don't know what's going on, okay? And so, y'all. Her and Bo been doing it. It didn't do it all. These girls ain't number 17 years old. They doing more effing than I am at 51 and they 17. What the hell? It's like these teenagers they put in these movies, they get more busy than I do, and I'm a grown woman. I'm like, what the hell? And, so her and Bo, yeah. Yeah, what if you was in love? I wouldn't have a chance to be in love, Black, so because I wouldn't even look that way. I'm not gonna how am I have a chance to be in love? I'm not looking at nothing that been with somebody that I know. Okay? So it ain't no what if I was in love. But at the end of the day, I did say they ended up being a cute couple. I did like them together. See, that's some fancy type stuff because I wouldn't do that in real life. But I'm okay with people doing it in a movie or in a storybook because in real life, some people do nasty stuff like that. Some people will go behind you and go with your sister's ex or your cousin ex or your friend ex. That's just not how I roll. I have my morals are higher than that for me to go with somebody that I know that been with somebody. So I ain't gonna have a chance to fall in love with them because I ain't never going there. Okay, so Ruby ended up getting pregnant by Bo. Left school before they had a chance to kick her out. And then Giselle almost child for a minute there. I thought Giselle was human. Okay? She really had sympathy for her sisters. Like, y'all didn't think about protecting yourself or wearing condoms or anything. She was like, I thought I'd be the one to get pregnant before you. For a minute there, I thought she was a little bit human. But then she spoiled it by saying something smart. I mean, okay, she is who she is. She just can't. She just don't have no type of compassion or sympathy or anything for anybody. She just don't have it in her life. That's just not who she is as a person. You know, be you. One thing I can say about Giselle is that she was honest to herself. She was true to who she was. And if you like a person like that, I think I could get down with that. But that be the type of person that along the way you don't have to smack a bitch. But what's one thing I can say about her? She was true to herself. She never pretended to be more than who she was, and that's what I liked about her character. You know what I'm saying? I liked it about her. She wasn't scared to say what's on her mind. She was bold to her personality, and she was true to herself. And she was who she was. When you look at her, you got what you got. And if you didn't like it, then you know what you need to do. Just go about your business because she ain't the one to be around. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I can say about Giselle that I really liked about her is that she was true to herself, true to her character. She was true to who she knew who she was and who she wanted to be. A big. Y'all, you know I said like that because I don't want to say that word. Yes, you always knew where you stood with her, and that's one thing I did like about her. But that is a good thing. That sometimes it could be a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know when you go too far, or you don't know when you should stop at a certain point. But so it's gonna be a good thing. It could be a bad thing all at once. Um, Off the Wrench TV. How you doing? So basically, this is how story two ended. uh, she ended up pregnant. Both parents find out. They forbid him to be with her. They ship him off to Paris. Her stepmother tried to get her to get an abortion. She almost went through the abortion, but she felt it was wrong. She stopped. She went to Bayou. Oh, and they fought. Oh, yeah. Let's not forget about Ruby, Sister Giselle. Remember when she first came to school, she was in a wheelchair, right? The girl ended up walking, didn't tell nobody she could walk. Ruby found out that she learned that she was walking when she found out that she was the one that framed her with the gardener. And that's how Ruby found out she was walking. And she faked this whole big old presentation at Christmas time like she was just learning how to walk, just getting about the wheelchair and stuff. Their father died in book two too, leaving everything with the mother, and the mother didn't like them girls. But for real, because her true color scene came out by Giselle. Because you remember, she was both their stepmother. But she dealt with Giselle because she'd been there since she was a kid. But she really couldn't stand Ruby. But for real, she ain't like neither one of them. And when the father died, her true colors came out about both of them, okay? She was a bad, okay? She was all about society, what society think, and a whole making this whole image type situation going on. Everything's about imagery. You know, your image, how you look towards people and what people see you as in that unquote world of theirs. Because they were in their own world of their own. Rich people have their own world. You know what I'm saying? They have their own world. I'm telling you. Okay, that's in the book too. Now, guys, this weekend, that came on this weekend. I'm trying to get you right. The Jewels was the last one, right? So you had V.C. Andrews' Jewel. That came on Sunday. But before that, you had the one, let's see. And that's book one, book two, y'all. I'm trying to get together for y'all. Now let's talk about book three. Yeah, I gotta hurry up. I gotta feed my mother. Okay, so let's just wrap this whole thing up. We're just gonna go straight along. Now, book three, it came on. She's in the bayou. Now, she's in the bayou. She got the baby. She living. Paul is helping her. Now, remember, Paul is her half brother, her previous boyfriend, before she found out that he was her brother. But Paul don't care that's his sister. He still want to get down and nasty with Ruby, okay? This Bama is in love. He don't care nothing about no DNA or no bloodline, okay? All he knows is that I know what my heart want, what my brain think, and I know what everything else want. It wants you. So Paul ain't care. Oh, it's season three. You remember, Low Life. Go to it. You on season two. If you're looking at Albert Einstein, you on season two. See, Genius is a program of National Geographics, and they do stories on people. So and Aretha is their third season since they've been on the air. Each season they do a different a different story about different people. They first season when they first came on, they did what's that man there, Hitler. The second season about Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein. Now the third season is about Aretha. So you gotta go to season three on Hulu. It's one, two, three seasons. So when you first click on, you clicking on season one. Go to the side, go down to season three, and then you'll see the Aretha stories. Okay, so let's wrap this all up. Let me just wrap it all up. Basically, what ended up happening, book three, Paul, who is her brother, somehow end up. I was so confused. Paul, who was her brother, somehow end up rich. Okay, he ended up rich. When it comes on, they don't explain how Paul rich, how Paul live in this big old house, and yeah, the topic it's about movies that we looked at. This is Monday movie night review, and we all looked at at least half of us looked at Lifetime VC Andrews movies that they did for 2 weekends in a row. It was the series Ruby, and they brought to life. And so basically, with the book ended up, Paul ended up rich. Ruby in the Bayou. Bo ended up being engaged to some chick in Paris. Her sister is fighting the wheel with the stepmother because the stepmother want the stepmother ended up dying in book three. She fell off the horse and hit her head, concussion. She died. The stepmother died in a horse accident. So the stepmother ended up marrying the lawyer who was her father's lawyer, ended up marrying the lawyer. And so when the mother died, everything goes back to the girls. Didn't leave the new husband nothing. So Giselle is fighting the new husband, her new stepdaddy, in the courts over her father's will and all this other stuff. Bo come back to town in book three. Bo come back to town. Of course, he's not engaged. He broke off his engagement with his old French girl he found over there in Paris because basically he said every day he woke up, it wasn't Ruby, the love of his life. He didn't know Ruby still had the baby. Then he come back. Giselle tells him that Ruby and Paul got married. Yes, Ruby and Paul got married. Ruby ended up marrying her brother because when she went back to the bayou, that first man from part one who her father sold her to, he was still around trying to get her 20 years, 15, 10 years later. So he tried to rape her in her cabinet. She knocked him out several times, grabbed her baby, ran. She ran back to Paul's house. This is my thing with Paul and Ruby is that why he just couldn't take her in as a sister. Okay, why you had to marry her? The girl was trying. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is no. We passed Pearl and the Miss. Pearl and the Miss was they was in school. We on the next one. I'm trying to cause the Hidden Jewels is the last one. I'm trying to find the name of the third one, but they ain't got it up here, y'all. They just blowing me with this one, and they ain't got the name up here. I told y'all I've been getting all the day. I ain't got my stuff written down. I'm telling you. And so, if your sister come to you, somebody try to rape her, harm her, all that glitters. Thank you, Christy. Thank you. Okay, so the third one, we talking about all that glitter. Now, if your sister come to you and somebody try to rape you and attack you, why you want to marry her? Well, you got all this money. You got this big old house. Why just take your sister and your niece in? Protect them that way. You ain't gotta marry them. They don't got no. Yes, this is book three. All that glitter. And I apologize. Hey, Prissy P. I'm mad at you. I've been calling you. You ain't been answer the telephone, girl. You ain't answer the phone. I'ma get you. Um, and so if your sister comes to you, why you gotta marry? What you gonna marry your sister for? Why you just can't take your sister in? Take care of your niece. Protect them that way. Why you want to be nasty with your sister? And she's so stupid. She agreed with it. She agreed to marry him and said, we're going to sleep in separate rooms, but we ain't going to do nothing. We're going to marry each other just in name only. And we're going to sleep in separate rooms. And if you want to be with somebody, you be with somebody. And if I want to be with somebody, I be with somebody. You know damn well Paul was just saying that stuff just to, yeah, I did. And every time I call you, go to voicemail. I said, girl, I'm going to get your butt. I'm going to call you tonight, too. So you see a 202 number, call you tonight. You answer the phone because I got to talk to you and tell you something. And so Paul wasn't having that. Paul was not having that. Because soon as then Ruby, okay. As soon as Ruby sister had a chance and they got married, that was leverage that Ruby's sister had over her so that she won't get Bo. Because guess Ruby's sister did? Ruby's sister go marry Bo. But Bo only married Ruby's sister because she looked like Ruby. So it made him think that he was with Ruby. So that's the reason why he married his sister. Somebody said, P, answer the phone. That would make him think that he married to Ruby because he married Giselle just so that because she looked like Ruby. Excuse me, y'all. This thing is all messed up. When I was looking at these last two books, I was like, man, this sugar honey iced tea is a mess. And my mama kept saying, "What you saying? What you talking about?" I said, "Man, this movie is a mess." Yes, low life on the way to 300K. I can't wait. The movie was a mess, man. By the time it got to book three and book four, I was just like, I'm done. I said, there's too much going on. I said, they done got married. Then they not supposed to have sex with each other. She ended up having sex with her brother. I said, Ruby, you're nasty. I said, Ruby, you're nasty. Hey, off the Rents TV, I was done. Because I was like, the whole incest thing and the brother sleeping with the sister. And it was, yeah, it took up my whole Sunday. Yes, that's what I said too. I said, it was good. But then she had to, I don't know if, what VC Andrews got going on in her head. Maybe somebody allegedly she want to be with in her family. I just don't know. But when it got to being all this incessant and she sleeping with her brother, marrying her brother, they just completely threw me. Then it got to be and then it and then when it got to be where that Giselle had the accident, um and then they switched places, and then when they switched places, Paul mother knew, that it wasn't Ruby that died because Giselle ended up dying, and her and Ruby switched places so Ruby and Bo could be together. It was just, it was it. I'm telling you. If y'all want to watch, I say watch it. It was okay, but if you can handle all the incest and stuff, I think if it didn't have all that in there, it would have been a little bit better. Because I was rooting for Ruby on every level, but I was rooting for Ruby on every level. But when she started giving into her desire, and at this point, this your brother, and y'all, and that shit had me look up last night. I'm not gonna lie, it had me look up what is a half brother, because I was like, I had to look that up. What does it mean when someone is your half brother versus who someone is your whole sibling? Because I had to look that up because I was just like, they doing too much for me. It was just too much. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it was. It made me question. I had to look that shit up. So, because it was just, yeah, okay. And so, that's how that ended. Ruby ended up switching places with her sister. Paul ended up taking Giselle in, pretending that one parent, yeah. When you have one parent, only way you hold brothers and sisters, when I look it up, y'all have to have the same mother and father, and that make you whole brothers and sisters. But they said if y'all got the same mom but different dads, that still make you half parents, half brothers and sisters. I was like, what? I ain't know that. But they said you only hold when you got the same mother and the same daddy. You have when you got different ones, a different mom or a different dad or whatever. Even if the two kids came out the mother, that still make y'all half because y'all got different fathers. But it was good. I did like it, Charlene, but it was just so much. It was all over the place. And I was rooting for Ruby, but I just wanted her to really get out. I felt like she felt trapped. I felt like she owed Paul something because he was taking care of her. So I felt like she felt she was obligated. But when she had that sex with Paul, she was into that. I'm sorry, that was no obligation. She ran into his arms and was like, "Hey, here I am, take me." Then the next day she was like, "We need to talk about this." He said, "Talk about what?" It was all a dream. It was, thank you, Dr. Miller. They said, talk about what? I had to look that up. It was all a dream. And so,
That's
yeah.
a be on Word Up
And
magazine.
so, since, well, the fake Ruby, who was really Giselle, who died, Paul went crazy. Paul thought it was really Ruby that got sick. Paul thought it was really Ruby that died. So guess what? Paul go commit suicide in the damn river behind his house. Because somehow he can't live without his Ruby. He ended up committing suicide. So of course Paul's mother blamed Ruby from her killing her son. And basically that's when book 4 come in, the family jewels, when Paul's mother put a curse on Ruby family. Ruby ended up years later, she ended up having two more kids, her and Bo. They were twins. Her and the two kids, She had two twin boys. And at this point, her daughter is 18, about to graduate school. This whole book five, The Family Jewels, was all about Ruby trying to solve the curse that was on her family. Who put the curse on it? I already knew. Nope. Nope. See, I opened a book of words, but nope. I thought so too. I looked it up. Nope. It's only if you got the same mom and same father. Yeah. Cause I thought the same thing. But yeah, so the last book, The Family Jewels, was about a curse. Ruby had moved on with her life. Because in book two, Paul's mother tried to take custody of Ruby's daughter by saying that Ruby was just the aunt when she knew Ruby wasn't an aunt. She was actually Ruby. And then Paul's father broke down in court and told the truth that that wasn't Paul's child, that Ruby and Paul was siblings, and that that was really Ruby, and the baby Pearl, needed to be with her mother. So they gave Pearl back to the mother. That was the end. Book end is over. Ruby back into her identity. She's back being her. She's back married. She's married to Bo. They can live out their life in her true identity, not being Giselle, and they got their baby back. So that was the end of that. Here we go into book three, the final conclusion of Ruby, the Family Jewels. It was very good. I thought it was good. The Family Jewels, we're going to wrap it up with the Family Jewels. Basically, it was a curse. Paul's mother put a curse on Ruby because it was coming up to the anniversary, 20-year anniversary of her son's death. And she wanted Ruby to suffer the way she did. She wanted to take everything from Ruby and then have Ruby die. So she put this curse on Ruby. And Ruby had to figure out how to get this curse off of her. Her daughter didn't believe in that voodoo stuff, that magic. One of Ruby had twin sons. Her twin son got sick and died. Her twin son, I think he got stung by something. I forgot what happened to him. What happened to him? And he got sick. He had a reaction and he died. And that left the other twin. That left the other twin got sick. When the other twin, thank you, Miss 25. When the other twin died, the other twin got sick and they killed off the cute one. Man, them little twins she had, they was really cute. Cute little boys. They were really, really cute. Uh, um, when that twin died, it was snake bite. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, Christy. It was the snake bite. I forgot what it bit him. He the snake bite. And he died from that. You know, I cried. I ain't gonna lie. I cried. Yeah, I cried from that. I ain't gonna lie. Good author. She got you shaking your head and got your mouth open and have you surprised, B.C. Andrews. That's what she got you doing. Because this thing was all over the place. It was a hot mess, but it was a good watch. When I say it was a hot mess, it was a hot mess of a good watch, okay? Uh, Pamela, thank you, Pamela. Y'all, okay, so let's hurry up and end this up. So it's over an hour. So book three, Family Jewels, is all about Ruby being cursed. It was all about revenge. It was all about Paul mother taking revenge because she's still hurting about her son being dead. She still blamed Ruby for killing her son. It was all about revenge. It's all about the curse. It's all about Ruby going back to the bayou, trying to figure out what was going on, trying to solve this curse because she has another child in the hospital that she's trying to save. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to try not to get too emotional because I got real emotional last night when I was watching the last one. Because when the other son, the other twin was in the hospital, the doctors couldn't explain what was going on. He had a heart attack. They said it, they said he had a heart attack or whatever, but it was stuff that they couldn't explain why he was in this condition, what was going on. They couldn't figure out diagnosis. Their sister was going to school. She wanted to be a doctor. So she was doing all this work and all this stuff. Now, I do say that this movie did make me look up two things. It made me look up about half brothers and sisters. Then it made me look up a diagnosis that they put in the story that the sister came up with for the brother. It's called broken heart syndrome. And the only reason I'm so
I think that's
familiar,
real.
it is real. Only reason I was so familiar with broken heart syndrome because it touched close to home for me. So when I was looking at that, and then me and my mother, when it went off, me and my mother was talking about broken heart syndrome. I was in here crying because it touched home for me, and I was like, that thing is real. I did not end up looking that up and find out that broken heart syndrome is a real thing, and that it's on a mental level, and it is real, and it's happened to people if they're shocked or under stress or go through a tragedy in their life. You could really actually die from a broken heart, because first it takes on your mental, and then after your mental state, then your body functions start breaking down. And that hit so close to home to me. And the girl knew what she was talking about, her twin brother, that he was hanging on for a thread. He was so broken hearted that his brother had died. He felt like he couldn't live without his twin. And so um and I believed in that diagnosis that the sister came and was talking to the psychiatrist about, because I ended up looking that up because I had my uncle passed in 2010. I'm not August of 2000, and what year was it? 2009. Was 2009? I can't even remember the years.
Right.
August, and I know when we always said in my family that my uncle died from a broken heart, because my uncle died 3 months after my grandmother died. May she rest in peace. My mother's mother, and my grandmother and my uncle was like this. When my grandmother got older, my uncle started taking care of her. She was going down his house. She had a room in his house. He was happy. He always bragged about grandma. That's my mother. My mother got anything she want. He took care of his mother. My mother and my grandfather was there along my other uncle every weekend. They would drive down to my uncle's house, and she had her own bedroom. He was so happy and everything. And then when my grandmother passed, when my grandma passed on Memorial Day, on May the 28th, after my grandmother's funeral and everything, my uncle's wife was calling us and telling us that my uncle wouldn't go. It was 2009, yeah. I said 2009, but I wasn't sure. My uncle wouldn't go to the doctor. He wasn't taking his meds. He wouldn't sleep. She said all he did is sit in the room in his chair. He wouldn't talk to the doctors on the phone. He wouldn't do anything. And that's why I know, and everybody always say that my uncle died from a broken heart. Because when my grandmother passed, his mother passed, he felt like he had no reason to live anymore. He gave up on life. He gave up on himself. He wouldn't do anything for himself, nothing at all. And when he died 3 months later, we all said, man, Uncle Fest died of a broken heart. He died because grandma died. And so that's why I knew that part in that book, in that story, it touched me so much. I was crying at the end because I haven't thought about my grandmother and my uncle in such a long time. And that took me back to think about how we all said my uncle died of a broken heart. Because when my grandmother died, he died 3 months later, and he wouldn't do nothing for himself. And so I knew that that's a true thing. And so if you ever hear somebody say somebody died from broken heart syndrome, or they got broken heart syndrome, please believe that is true, because that happened in my family. You give up on life, you give up on yourself. It's a tragedy when something tragic happens to you. And that happened in my family. Everyone in my family would tell you that's how my uncle died. He gave up on life, and he passed. And then, but when he passed, guess what? We cried, we were upset, but guess what? We were happy too. You know why we was happy? Because we said he was his mother. He where he wanted to be. He couldn't live here no more without his mother. He couldn't. I mean, we was at his funeral, we cried, we was upset. You know, people don't never want to see their loved ones live. But then afterwards we talked about it. You know, he was where he wanted to be. He was with his mom. And now he's happy. We didn't have to worry about him no more. Yeah, so that that that's why I said the broken heart syndrome. I had to look that up. That is so real. That is so true. And so the last book is end up with Ruby breaking the curse, getting her, thank you Margaret, getting her getting her family back. She broke the curse. Her daughter found love. And I saw that when her daughter when that gardener came in the picture. I said that gardener was going to end up being with the daughter. The daughter found love. The crazy old man who wanted Ruby, he kidnapped Ruby's daughter, was going to rape and put her in a cage because he said, if I couldn't have your mother, I paid for your mother. I said, Bama, you still trying to get somebody on a payment you made 20 years ago. Yes, he's my. I paid for your mother, and since I can't have your mother, I'ma have you. And guess what? Ruby's daughter did the same day Ruby did. Ruby, she effed his butt up. She effed his butt up, and she got the heck out of there. She effed his butt up and got the heck up out of there, and everything. But for a minute, I was almost suspicious of that guy. At first, I thought something was going to turn out to be something about him, but he turned out to be okay. And him and Pearl end up together. Ruby got her family back, and it went off happily ever after. That was good, y'all. This VC Andrews movie was all over the place, but it was a good watch. No matter what you take from it, I love this. It was amazing. Thank you so. You welcome, Karen. I know, girl. I mean, all right. So, dude, come on. You see, I'm on here. Why you trying to give me copyright? You keep playing the music, Jack.
You posting it?
Yes, I'm posting this.
Oh.
What is wrong with these people?
I thought you normally go live and end it.
Oh, so see, the movie Secret is available on Amazon to watch Amazon Prime. Oh, okay. So let me tell you guys something y'all need to watch. Okay, so go back on Lifetime, look at it. Overall, it's 4 books, it's 4 movies. Overall, with all of it combined, I'm gonna get. I go from star one to a 5. I'm giving everything a 5. Overall, it was a 5 because it was nonfiction. It had everything that you wanted in the movie. It had drama. It had secrets. It left your mouth hanging open. You couldn't wait to see the next story, and it ended well. It ended on a positive note. So, okay. You emailed me today? Okay, I'm gonna check it out, Dr. Miller. Hey, y'all, and it ended on a positive note. So it took us through all the emotions that a novelist that she could take you through, that she could bring to a book. With me, I'm a sensitive type of person. So I had some cries in there. I had some, oh my God, no, she didn't in there. So it took you through a lot of emotions, that want to smack a bitch emotion. It took you through everything. So overall, that's why I think this is a good read, or either it's a good watch. With all 4 combined, I give it a 5. I think it was worth the time. Yes, it's messy, but that's what we like about things. I'd rather somebody else's life be messy and not ooh and ah about it versus my life being messy. Okay. So overall, through the whole segment, through it all, I give it a 5 through everything. So if you haven't watched it, I say go watch it. It's good. Yes, we're gonna do Aretha next Monday because I think I got 1 or 2 more episodes to look at it. So next Monday we're gonna break down Aretha Franklin because there's a lot of stuff about Aretha I did not know, and I found out it was so good. Said don't kick the TV set now. Too. Now, y'all Netflix is rolling with some new stuff now. Y'all know I'm a country girl at heart. I tell you guys. Thank you, Dr. Miller. Y'all know I'm a country girl at heart, and I tell you guys. Anybody know Catherine McPhee? She came along from American Idol. One thing I'm gonna tell you about American Idol: you always don't have to win American now to become successful. American Idol opened up doors for people. Okay, you don't have to look at it. But oh girl, we done did care a lot about Stephanie. We did care a lot about maybe 3 things ago, girl. You gotta go look. Yes, country comfort. It was very enjoyable. Who's that, Miss Herring? Yes. So I'm gonna tell you guys. I found this little cute little show on Netflix. I done looked at all 8 episodes or 10 episodes. It's called Country Comfort with Catherine McPhee in it. She's a singer. So you know, guess what? They did singing. I love the country music. It just gave me vibes all the way around. If you like something good and wholesome, if you like musical, and if you love and adore country music, Leanne Rhymes even was on it, and she looked so beautiful, man. I haven't seen Leanne Rhymes in such a long time because her husband plays on Country Comfort. He plays the father in the show, and so she did an appearance on it, and yes, so you don't always have to win American Idol to be successful. Look at Chris Daughtry. Anybody remember Chris Daughtry? Nice bald headed gentleman. Rock band. Chris Daughtry, famous. He out here doing his thing. He didn't win American Idol. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, yeah. So you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's called Country Comfort. Country Comfort. Hey, my full figure, what's up, girl? Yeah, so I would say take a look at it. You're gonna look at all 10 episodes. It was so good. I ain't gonna say no more about it, but Country Comfort, if you love country music, you love it's a family oriented show. I say go for it. You're gonna love it. Made me smile the whole time I was watching it, and I just loved it. And yeah, and Leanne, like I said, Leanne Rhymes appeared in it. She looked so beautiful. She was flawless. She was downright flawless. I was like, wow. I don't know how old she was, but she was good. Okay, now, y'all, I look at this movie. I like Gerard Butler. If anybody know who Gerard Butler is, go look at what's some of Gerard Butler's movie? When he did that president movie with Morgan Freeman. See, I done had all my stuff written down. I was had all this stuff together, but I went out all day and I was just all over the place. But I like Gerard Butler. He is a good actor. He played in Geostorm, and now he has this movie on Amazon Prime called Greenland. I really, you enjoyed A Country Come. It was really good, wasn't Miss Brown? Gerard Butler makes good movies. I liked him in The President. He was saving the president. Yeah, 300, Olympus Has Fallen. You've seen all those. That's what Gerard Butler is. Those are some of his movies. And he got a movie with that girl from France too. That Anderson, Jennifer Anderson. Him and Jennifer Anderson got a movie together. He's a really good actor. I love him. Him and Captain Hagel has a movie together. Well, anyway, his recent movie is out. It's out for rent on Amazon. I actually bought it because I'm very into those type of disaster movies, earthquakes, waves, and snowstorms and stuff like that. Well, he hey Miss Skinner, he has something called Greenland. It is for rent for like I believe it's $7.99. You get to rent it for 2 days. If you want to see something good, a good watch, sit down with some popcorns. Check out Greenland. Greenland was really good. But again, I bought the movie for 19.99. But you go check Greenland out. It was really good. Check out finish looking at Aretha so we can talk about it on Monday. Check out Country Comfort on Netflix. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff. Jennifer Aniston played Victor in Days of Our Lives. Oh, for real! I love Days of Our Lives. You know, Victor was my man. He reminded me of an Edward Quartermain. What's that? Victor Kiriakis. Tell me, so you know I know what I'm talking about because I got the last name right. Victor Kiriakis. That was my boo. And I love his nephew, Justin. Man, don't get me talking about Days of Our Lives. That was my story, honey. Oh, no, West Coast Cali. I didn't get to see the Tina Turner documentary. So, yeah, West Coast Cali's recommend the Tina Turner documentary, which would be a good watch. Let's look at that. What we was talking about BC Andrews, Ruby. It was on for 2 weekends in a row. Um, Lifetime brought it to life. It was a good watch. If you're, it was just it gave you every emotion that you could have. It gave you secrets. It gave you forbidden love. That's what we're gonna call the incest, forbidden love. Okay. It gave you secrets. It gave you forbidden love. It gave you switching up persons and everything. True love. You just gotta watch it. Well, it's on Lifetime, and all four movies are up to watch. Start with Ruby and work its way down, and you'll know exactly. No, Ruby, Ruby. So you say you listen to Leanne Rhyme now? I love her, man. I've been listening to Leanne Rhyme since Blue. As the Sinner, it's on Netflix because it's a FX. It's a FX show, and I think they got season 1 and season 2, maybe even season 3 on Netflix now. But that's a FX show, The Sinner, and that started all Justin Timberlake wife playing that. What is that chick name? Justin Timberlake wife. She played in the first one, season 1. Now I don't know if she continued to play in all of them. I only saw like 3 episodes, but some reason I couldn't get into it. I don't know why I couldn't get into it. I don't know, but yeah. So guys, I'm out of here. Jessica Biel, yeah. Jessica Biel, yeah. If you look at Center, she plays in the first season. Since I didn't see season 2, season 3, I'm not sure if she's through the whole season of Center. But that was her TV show. It originally comes on FX, but just like anything else, Netflix ended up grabbing everything. Oh, what's coming up with a month of April, honey? This Saturday we got the Mahalia Jackson to look at. On Sunday, we don't have to talk about it, but on Sunday, The Color of Family is premiering on Lifetime. And then please continue to look at Aretha on Hulu or on Natural Geographics. If you can't catch it on National Geographics, you can catch the next day on Hulu. Right now, I think Hulu got up to 6 or 7 episodes that's unlocked that you could catch up and look at on. And then we gotta talk about Mahalia Jackson. So yeah, I know I might be messing her names up. Y'all know I don't do nobody name right, okay? But y'all know who I'm talking about, okay? Good night, Pamela. So yeah, so TD Jakes, yes, TT Jakes. Right after Mahalia Jackson, the next two following Saturdays, TT Jakes got some movies coming. One is called Envy. See, I don't like getting them to y'all too early because we may forget. So I try to do them a little bit at a time. Mahalia Jackson. I can say it when I say it slow. But I'm trying to be fast. I mess it up. Yes, all 3 seasons were good. So I'm going to check it out and see what's it all about. Because I think it was something to do with like a mental health type situation or something like that. How about Myron Anderson? I don't know who that is. But y'all have a good night. So please on Saturday check out the Mahalia Jackson movie. The young lady that's playing it, she actually played in what's my jail picture Jackson? I should look at on Netflix that they took off the air. I should love looking at my girls in jail. Orange is the New Black. The young lady that played in it, she playing in Orange. She's from Orange, the New Black. T.D. Jakes starred on the 17. The dinner was good. Oh yeah, that's right. Wednesday night bingo, little Thursday. Don't forget about bingo. Yes, guys. See y'all 6 o'clock. Be there, be square. I'm gonna try to be on time. I hope you guys are enjoying the movie review. I hope I ain't getting you lost in the sauce. I hope I'm hitting good vital points for you guys. I hope I'm not talking too fast. Mama Jackie, everybody say hi. Yeah, I'm about to go feed my mother what she want. And yeah, so good night. I see you guys on Wednesday. But guess what? A video will be up tomorrow, guys. I'm starting to start my air fry segment. So the video that's coming up tomorrow is all about the chicken. What else could it be about? But it's about making sticky barbecue chicken in the air fryer. So on the video come up tomorrow, it's all about chicken. We're doing some chicken in the air fryer. I've got this air fryer segment. I want to start cooking more in my air fryer. They said, we know we can keep up. I know, right, Michael? Oh no, the young man name his name Michael. Good night, everybody. Look out for your air fryer video tomorrow. And I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't done by a long shot, okay? Now, I tell y'all, I be trying to see what's up with my content, see what videos that pop and everything like that. Honey, let's just put some shit on the table. I did that air fry video, that steak video. That thing's at 25,000. 25,000 views. I was at 18,000 views in 2 days. Where a girl be getting 18,000 views? Sometimes it take me a damn near 2 months to get 18,000 views on a video. So I ain't stupid by a long shot. Okay? You know what I did? I did some research on the air fryer. If y'all want to see some air fryer food, I'm about to air fry y'all ass to death. Okay? Because them views is up there. I got 25,000 views on that air fryer video. It ain't less than a week. Come on. You gotta study your content and study your analytics. I'm about to air fry your ass. I'm telling you. But guess what? It's all in a good way. I'm still gonna bring some good stuff, but this is what I do, and I do this for a living, and I gotta see what's popping. That thing jumped, okay? I was like, okay. Can you review in time? Okay, okay, I'll check that out in time. So I got a whole list of every videos that I said I'm gonna come with. I ain't playing. Pound cake, please. Yes, I do a pound cake, Ebony. All right, y'all, let me go. Let me go. Oh, thank you, Monique. Girl, I'm trying. I'm about to show you y'all a video. I got that. Y'all keep making me go on. I gotta go. I got that QB. That cubo thing that is elliptical. You sit down, girl. I do it twice a day for 20 minutes a day, and I be wearing my 2 pound weights. I be doing like this on my QB. Y'all gotta see it. I love it. For yes, your fried lemon pies. I remember West Coast Cali. Alright, I'm out here, y'all. I love you guys. See you guys Wednesday. Have you ever seen or watched Tyler Perry Ruthless? I don't like it. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. I tried it when it first came out, a little short. It was too much sodomizing in that movie. It was y'all know what that means. It was just too much. It put a bad taste in my mouth. It was all about the cult and that man, and I just couldn't get down with it. And I was like, really, Tyler Perry, you doing this? I know what reality and life is, but I couldn't get past all of that. And so I had to let that roll. Then I look at the first three. I think I tried to do 3 episodes. I said, oh, hell no. It was just too much. Was way too much. And I let that roll. I let that roll right on about the door. I said, you can have that album, Tyler. So, nope, won't be doing a review on that one. All right. I got to go. Y'all made me say I gotta cut like I'm on bingo when I say this the last game. It's the last game. Here comes somebody. No, one more, one more. Don't talk about no more movies. Alright, alright. Bye y'all. I love you guys. I am so out. Somebody picked rude. Somebody was rude to Miss Hers. Sophie Hers. I'm not sure. Stop being rude, people. I don't know what happened. Unless you're talking about me. If I was rude, I'm sorry. I apologize about whatever I was rude about. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I gotta go. Bye, brother. I'ma call you, and I'm calling you too, Prissy. About we on the same time zone. Give me about 40 minutes. Bye. Out.